Hello, stars. To Jew22 here, and of course, I had a first take, but the first take was kind of, very, very poor by my standards. So I decided to do it again. So this is take two of the video. So, for those of you that are new to my channel and you're reading the title, yes, it is true. I was burglarized. In fact, for those of you that don't know or have never or had never known about this, let me catch you up to speed. What happened was I went on a vacation with my family, like with my immediate family, to Reno, Nevada, and we had a wonderful time just playing the games, especially at the Calneva. And I always mention the Calneva, but that was the first time at the time that I went to the Calneva, and I had so much fun with it. It was so good. And then when I got back home to my house, it was as if the apocalypse had already hit my house. But what really happened was, and I only know this long after the fact, but um, they took all the stuff that I cared about, like my original Wii, my computer. They even took all my games, like all the games that I had, like all of that stuff. They took it. They didn't take the TV because it was one of those old box televisions, and they didn't take my Dazzle. Surprisingly, they didn't take that. I would have thought that they would have, but they didn't. And then they also took some of the stuff that like I also had a flat screen TV in my living room. They took that too, and well, they just took what they thought they could get money for. At least I only know that after the fact. And then they also took my dad's Jeep. My dad left his Jeep in my house. He took the Jeep, or by he I mean the robber. And before I go any further, of all the people that could have done it, the neighbors did it, and it was just, oh my god. I mean, that just only made it worse that the neighbors did it, and they just took my stuff. And how we were able to find out that it was the neighbors, I'll never know. But we found out it was them. We had this sneaking suspicion that the only people that could have done it was the neighbors, and it turns out that we were right. And it was, man, it took a long time to recover, and I'm just here to tell you how I have progressed since the robbery. And I do, in this case, I don't want to so much dwell on the past, but I do want to talk about what has happened in the years since then. First of all, I do want to give a number of shout outs to people. And, well, I do want to thank a lot of people, especially those closest to me that heard about the robbery and just did their part to help as much as they could. And the first person I want to give a shout out to, right off the top of my head, would have to be my good friend, formerly known as TrueWho82, but now he has a new channel. I don't know why he wanted to close the TrueWho82 channel. Not even I know why, but he is now known as Kill Punch of Doom. And he was the very first one to know about it, because at the time I wasn't so much embarrassed, but I was just too stricken with grief, or not grief, but stricken with sadness over the fact that I did lose all my stuff. And True Who came to me, or Kill Punch, as we'll call him. I'll call him Kill Punch. Now, no, Kill Punch. He came to me and he simply asked, "Well, what's wrong?" Or he didn't ask what's wrong. He was like, "How come you haven't posted a video yet?" And then I had to be the one to tell him what had happened, and then I had pretty much let the whole world know what happened. But Kill Punch was the first one to have known about it, and he was instrumental in helping me, as well as the people from Much Games Guides, like the Canadian content of the crew, the Much Games crew. And in fact, because of the Much Games crew, mainly Cole NL112, Colette NL180, uh, Ryan Bragg, formerly known as Avril Fan NF, and Nufi Banga. They all pitched in to get me a Wii, and little did I realize well, number one, they sent me a number of games, but none of them were any of the games that I had originally. I mean, they're good games, but just not the games I was thinking of. But they did send me a Wii, and they sent me a modified Wii. So they gave me a modded Wii. In fact, they told me later on that the modded Wii, they didn't know that it was a modded Wii. They just thought it was a normal one. But of course, anyone who knows about a modded Wii knows that for certain games, like especially some of the later games, very, very late in the Wii's life cycle, that you need an update for. And if you accept the update having already a modded Wii, you could brick the Wii. And I did not want to do that. In fact, the only game that works is New Super Mario Brothers Wii, and that was the only game that worked. Because everything else, it just didn't work, sadly. But the fact that I do have a modded Wii just adds more options to what I could Let's Play in the future. As well as what I'm doing right now, not just on this channel, but on the Much Games Guides channel, and even on Insomania Games channel, which I'll get to in a moment. But the Much Games crew, they really helped me out, and I just want to say thank you so much to the Much Games crew. Maybe not all the members, because some of the members that we have now, they were not there initially when it happened, but for the most part, as a whole, I do want to thank Much Games Guides, not only for helping me, but also for just bringing me in. And I thank you, and I thank them so much, and I just wish nothing but the best for them. Like, not just the group, but the sum of its parts. Like, all the members, I just want to thank every single one of them, because if it wasn't for them, I don't know if I ever would have been able to have survived as long as I have, for as long as I did. And I'm just so grateful to them. Really, I am. And then I do want to let's see. Next couple of shout outs would be to the Insomania game crew. And I just want to say to them, then as well as now, thank you so much for your support as well. That would be Kill Punch of Doom, formerly known as TrueWho82, Pika Pika Powa at the time, Ryoko, who's still going strong. Same thing with Board, and then who else? White Lion, although at the time he was too busy with college at the time to have noticed, but he did send me some well wishes later on. And let's see, the only two members that have joined since then have been Cosmos Plays and LP Grotus, and I'll get to LP Grotus later on. But for Cosmos Plays, you are a good friend of Insomania Game, and I thank you so much for joining us. I really do appreciate that, by the way. But then let's get to the people that have been very instrumental in the success of, well, of my channel, really. And I just want to say to all of those people, some that have came just a little bit before the robbery, and mainly those who have came since then. And I'm going to try to go off the top of my head. And so here's what I'm going to do right now. So what I'm going to do right now is go to my channel on a separate page, just so I can read off the list of people that have been very, 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 very instrumental in just Oh man, I just want to thank a lot of people. I'm probably just gonna thank the big ones because I can't just thank everybody because not everybody has been through or knows what has happened. So I'm just gonna go off a list of friends. So give me a moment. I'm just going to run down the list if I can, if I can find it. Um, okay. Let's see. Okay. All right. Now I'm just getting close to the people that. Let's see. Let me look here. Well, as I'm doing this, I'm just gonna ask you guys, how are you guys doing? I just want to say hello to everybody, and I do want to thank a lot of people. Um, let's see, who's this talking? Hmm. Okay. Um, let's see. Well, that's pretty much it. Okay. So first person I want to give a shout out to is my good friend LP Grotus. Now, LP Grotus has been my friend long before the robbery, but I do want to thank him most especially because of the fact that he was very supportive, uh, especially when he first heard about the robbery, and he talked with me, and I did give him an invite to this particular hangout if he wants to come. I mean, he doesn't have to, or if he's too busy, that's fine. I'm not going to force him. There's two other people I did invite. There's one person I tried to invite, but I couldn't because I couldn't even, like, I entered the guy's name, but I can't get him in. Like, I believe his name is, let me look for it. I'm just gonna look for it really, really quickly because I'm gonna try one more time, and if I can't get it, I'm sorry, but not much else I can do about it, really. Um, okay. Yep. Can't. Surprisingly, I can't even add him. I don't know why. Um. Huh. Hmm. Again, forgive me for the silent talk, but it's like I can't. Yeah, I can't get him. I don't know why. But you know what? I'm just gonna roll with it, and I might have to talk to him another time. But I really wanted to add him to this chat. But yeah, LP Grotus and two others I invited. Mainly just just one person from Much Games Guides, one person from Insomania Game, and a very special person that uh, I would not mind inviting. I won't say who, but I will just say that only that person knows. Anyway, okay, back to LP Grotus. LP Grotus, he was very, very supportive, especially after he heard about the news, and he was nothing but kind to me, and and I respect him for the fact that he gave me support, and then he. In fact, while I was trying to recover, the all I could really do was watch Let's Plays on my dad's computer. My dad loaned me his computer, and I used it until I finally got my current one that I have right now. So all I could really do was watch other people's Let's Plays, and LP Grotus was then as he was then as now very, very funny, very entertaining. Do check out LP Grotus. The guy is a star in his own right. I mean, he doesn't try to be someone he's not. He's just he's the frog. I'm just gonna say that much. He is the frog. Okay. Oh yeah, and another quick shout out to someone I haven't shouted out to, and I'm surprised I forgot about him. But his name is, well, his name is officially on YouTube. The URL is the Unpro Pro. So do check out the Unpro Pro, or William, if it's William the Unpro Pro as it is listed on YouTube, if you were to have subscribed to him. But yeah, very good guy. Surprisingly, he doesn't make a lot of videos, but he is a very nice guy. I wish him nothing but the best. But also, another guy I want to give a shout out to is Greedy Selfish 97. Another guy that when he heard about the news, he just was not, he too offered me support, but mainly in the form of his own videos, because I haven't been able to talk to him personally. But I wish him nothing but the best for him in his life, and I don't know what he intends to do, but I hope that what it is, he'll make it in one way or another. Let's see. I'm just. Oh, okay. Here's another guy that I became friends with just a little bit before I was robbed, and his name is Tanuki Teddy. Tanuki Teddy, very very nice guy. In fact, I've said there's. I don't know how much I've talked about Tanuki Teddy. Like, what more have I said about Tanuki Teddy that I haven't already said, and that others haven't already said themselves about Tanuki Teddy? It's just crazy how awesome he is. And I'm just reading this off of my subscribers list. I'm not going to read everybody because some of them are not as close of friends of mine. But no offense to the subscribers, but I have to know you a little bit. And then there's my good friend Conisboard of Insomania Game. Very good guy. It was a pleasure doing an interview with him, and he too was very very supportive of me, and I wish Conisboard nothing but the best. In fact, he is a rising star at this moment. He's closing in on 650 subs as of this moment. And then there is my good friend Via Vinyl, who I became friends with just a little bit before the robbery. And in fact, I remember as if it was yesterday, she found me doing Star Fox 64, and I was like, "How did you find me?" And she says, "Well, I was," and then she says that I love this game, like Star Fox 64, and I was like, "Wow." And since then, we've had a couple of times to chat and everything like that. I mean, we've had our ups and downs quite a bit. I'm not going to say what, but I did enjoy the interview that I did with you, Via, if you're watching this, Miss Vanille, if you're watching this. But I did enjoy the interview, and I hope we get to have some more fun times with each other. Just if not that, just just to chat a little bit. It's no big deal. I mean, again, I'm very close with Via in the sense of we've talked and stuff like that. So that's what I meant. So, but also thank you for your support over this past year, and I really do appreciate that. And I look forward to supporting you throughout your career in YouTube, or however long you intend to do it for. But I wish you nothing but the best. Just God bless you, and just just keep doing what you do, and I will enjoy it. Really, I will. And I hope you enjoy what I do as well in return. Okay, next person. Oh, let's see. Well, let's see. Oh, Velik. That's VELLIK. Velik, or Velek. I forget how you're supposed to pronounce it, but I believe he was my friend just a little bit before I was robbed. And I just want to say, Velik, you do a very good job with your Let's Plays. I mean, sure, I may not be interested in all the games that you do, but the ones I am, you do a great job with those games. So, especially with Kabuki Quantum Fighter, that one was my favorite game. And I look forward to whatever your next Let's Play is, if I am at all interested. But for the most part, you are a very good Let's Player. Do keep up the good work, and I wish you nothing but the best. And then there's a good friend of mine, Gamma Game Freak. Um, he was the one that found me on, well, I forget how he found me actually. The only thing I know is that he came after the robbery, and I just want to say thank you for being a good friend as well. And I do hope that you come back and do more videos in the future. I mean, I take it that you're busy with your own life, and who am I to ask about what you're going through? But hey, what do I know? And then there's Ryoko, another good friend of mine. In fact, I've said so much about Ryoko. In fact, I even featured her in one video uh, entitled "Cards Against," in parentheses, my, in parentheses, humanity. Cards Against My Humanity. It's really Cards Against Humanity. And I was able to feature Ryoko on an episode, and it was really nice to be able to do that. And but yeah, I've what more have I said about Ryoko that I haven't said about her? But Ryoko, very good friend of mine. I've been friends with her for a little over a year now. More, actually, no. In a little bit, in a few months, it'll be 2 years to the day we met. And I just wish her nothing but the best in her life and her success as well. Okay, let's see. Who else? Of course, Blaze Lombax. Again, another guy that, in fact, I've known him back in with the old group entitled the Foreign Exchangers, and it was really sad that Blaze Lombax had a Let's Play for that particular channel before it ultimately ended in its demise. In order to get the full story, you'll have to go to my good friend. Well, I'll get to him if he's still there. Um, yeah, I'll get to him in a moment. But for now, I just want to say to my good friend Blaze Lombax, thank you for being a good friend, and you do such a great job with your videos as well. I mean, sure, not everybody, well, actually, I'm not going to go there, but I'm just going to say you do such a great job in your own way that I can see why you have 1,000 subscribers, because you have such a worldwide following, you know, being that you're an international superstar and you do such a great job with what you do. I wish you nothing but the best, um, and I hope that you continue with what you do because you do such a great job. And let's see. Um, hmm. Oh yeah, very quick one to another good friend. Where actually he hasn't been a good friend in the sense that I've talked with him a lot, but of the times that we have talked, he has been very good to me, and his name is Rowan Dinch. Originally, the original username is Rowan Dinch 96 or 69, excuse me, Rowan Dinch 69, and he doesn't make a lot of videos nowadays, but when he does, very good stuff. Very funny guy, actually. In fact, I think, if you're looking for a comedy, I think his blogs are funny as heck. I'm sorry, but I think you would be into Rowan Dinch if you were to watch him purely for his update videos, like his blogs. Yeah, very funny guy. And then there's Hylian Hero, who hasn't made a video since April of this year, but when he was making videos, I did enjoy him. I hope he comes back pretty soon. I don't know what's going on with him, but all I know is if you do come back, I look forward to when you do. Let's see. Oh, here's another new friend of mine. Her name is Jaxia. That's Jaxiaa. Jaxia. She has over 600 subscribers, and I am enjoying her Final Fantasy VII Let's Play. And of course, I have to say, like, she joined Much Games Guides in December of 2014, and she's been a wonderful addition to the group thus far. I haven't had a chance to talk to her personally, but in terms of interactions between myself and her on her videos, very nice person. Do check her out if you haven't had a chance to. Again, I'm going to put all the links to the people that I have mentioned at the end of the stream when this is all said and done, because I can't do it right now. That's just not possible. And then here's a new friend that I don't think I think I've only mentioned him one time, and that was in the Smash video. And his name is Rajan Vexus. Rajan Vexus, I met through another person who I've yet to mention yet, but Rajan Vexus, he has this laid-back personality like you just wouldn't believe. It's like he's so cool. He's only as cool as he wants to be, and you know what? I'm cool with that. And pun intended, of course. But he's a very cool guy. In fact, he does a lot of. Well, let's just see. Well, he's done a number of series on the side. I do hope he gets back to Shovel Knight, because that was one of my favorites, and he is currently doing a Let's Play of, if I'm not mistaken, Tales of Xillia, the first one. If you like that game, or if you're interested in the Tales series, and you like a laid-back personality, check out my man, Rajan Vexus. You will not be disappointed. Okay, let's see. Oh, another guy I want to mention is Path Slash. Path Slash is another good friend of mine. Well, I actually found him through LP Grotus, actually. So if it wasn't for LP Grotus, I never would have met Path Slash. But Path Slash, very funny guy. Although, you know, his brand of entertainment may not be appealing to everybody. But if you do find it appealing, check him out. And also, he is currently doing a Let's Play of another Tales game, Tales of Vesperia. And the LP that he did before that was The Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky. That particular Let's Play was one of my favorites. I thoroughly enjoyed it. If not that, for the story and just how deep the story is. And I heard that there's a sequel coming out. And I hope, you know, if he does do a Let's Play of the sequel, I look forward to when the next game comes out, because I'm very interested in the story. Very, very interested. In fact, it was like I couldn't get enough of the game because of the story and how deep it really is. So that's something there. Okay, who else? Oh, and here's a new friend of mine. Here's the guy that I tried to add to the stream, but I couldn't for some odd reason. I mean, I actually tried to add him to the stream, or invite him rather, but I couldn't for some odd reason. I don't know why. I don't know why. But all I know is his name is Andrew14. Now, you may not know who this guy is, but he is a good friend of the Much Games Guides crew, especially the Canadian content of the crew, stationed in St. John's and Newfoundland and Labrador in Canada. And that's the only reason I'm mentioning him is because, in fact, I wanted to put him in the stream just so, you know, just so that I can interact with him a little bit and then talk about this whole thing. But sadly, I could not add him for some odd reason. I guess, you know, I don't know why. We'll have to get that fixed as soon as possible. But until then, not much else I can do other than to say, Andrew14. As far as videos he's done mainly Flash games. So if you like Flash games, go ahead and watch that if you like. I'm not a personal fan of it, but I did subscribe to him. So if he does anything new, at least I'll know when that comes out. Okay, another person. I mentioned Rajan Vexus, but I want to introduce to you someone who introduced me, or rather, my good friend Via Vinyl introduced me to this person, and this person in turn introduced me to Rajan Vexus, and her name is Genetera. Genetera, very good Let's Player, but more so than that, just a bright personality. In fact, I could probably say the same thing about Via Vinil, but maybe a little bit more so by just a very, very small margin does Genetera have just a little bit more. Or maybe just about the same. I don't know. But all I know is she has a lot of personality. In fact, you could probably play the Personality song by Lloyd Price, 1959. That's a good song, by the way. Personality by Lloyd Price. Do check that song out. But that would just best describe Genetera because she is a very wonderful personality. In fact, she just has a lot of fun with the games that she does. And I just, it's infectious. You see someone enjoy the game, for what it is, and you just want to have fun with it. And I've only talked with her like one time, but that was like in a group chat or something like that. But I'm not going to go too far into it. The only thing is, um, I do wish Genetera, nonetheless, nothing but the best for her and her success. And just, I look forward to more videos from her in the not so distant future. She is active. Don't worry. But if you haven't had a chance to check her out, do check her out. And the only advice I would just give is, especially when you check out new people, is check out the stuff that you're interested in. Not so much the stuff that you have to watch, but just the stuff that you're interested in. Especially when you check out somebody for the first time. Okay, another person I want to give a shout out to is the man, or rather the founder of Fuse 4 Network, Dave McCauley. Dave McCauley, and yes, he does go under his own name, so that's the only reason I'm going under his own name when I mention him. But yeah, Dave McCauley. I only met him one time in a Google Hangout, just like this one, except it was hosted by the Much Games Guides crew. But he was a special guest, and it was just a tremendous honor to meet him. In fact, a recording of that hangout is still available on the Much Games Guides channel, so if you want to go see that, go ahead and watch it. But Dave McCauley has done a number of games. He hasn't done very much in the way of videos, but I know that he has, or actually no, he's been streaming on Twitch, actually. Never mind, but I forget if it's Twitch or Hitbox, I think. It's one of those two streaming sites. I forget which one exactly, but do check Dave McCauley out if you ever get a chance to. But yeah, very nice guy. Fuse 4 Network. You can also go to the website as well if you want to go there if you want to. And then there's iHeart Moves. Now I don't know him personally. I haven't even had a chance to talk to him really. But he and Jaxia were the two newest members of the Much Games Guides crew. And for what he does a pretty good job. In fact, so much so that my good friends LP Grotus and Nufi Banga, who I've mentioned 1,000 times at least, they like him. So, that just tells you that if Nufi Banga and LP Grotus like him, chances are you might like him too. But again, I don't know him personally, so I wouldn't know. Really, I wouldn't. Okay. And then, of course, there's an old friend of mine, Pika Pika Powa, who I met, just months before the robbery ever happened. But he did. But we did talk about it, and he was saddened, just like I was, saddened over the fact that he couldn't watch any more videos from me. I mean, of course, I could make like little videos every now and then, but he really was sad for me. And as far as Pika Pika Power personally, or not personally, or rather what he's doing now, he hasn't been seen since ever since January of this year. I don't know why. My only guess is because he is busy with school. And considering that school is very, very tough, especially overseas in the United Kingdom, which is where he's from, I would have to assume that that's what happened, because he wouldn't have left. There's no other reason he would have left. I mean, then again, he did mention that briefly to us, so at least I know why he hasn't been making videos. But when he does, if and when he does, I look forward to Pika Pika Power when he comes back, and I hope he does. Okay, another guy I want to make a mention to is Shy Guy with the Lazy Eye. I did an interview with him. Actually, I also did one with Pika Pika Power as well. I almost forgot to mention that. But Shy Guy with the Lazy Eye, very nice guy, and I was so happy that I was one of the people that kept him from ultimately quitting YouTube. In fact, he at one point he wanted to quit YouTube, but I just simply said, "Well, don't worry about it. Don't stress about it, but just don't quit on yourself. Like, if you want to retire, that's one thing, but if you want to quit, don't quit." I mean, that's what I said to him, and and he took that to heart, and he thanked me for it. So I'm just thankful to him in return for just coming out with a couple of Let's Plays. I mean, sure, he hasn't been able to finish any Let's Plays as of recently, but actually, no, he is in the process of converting from being a Let's Player to being a streamer on Hitbox. So if anything, he's going to stream on Hitbox, and that's pretty much what he's going to do. But hey, I respect his decision for it. But more so than that, I respect the man behind the mask, if you know what I mean. So yeah, do check out Shy Guy with the Lazy Eye. Very nice guy. Let's see, other people. Oh yes, Fefnir Masamune, another good friend of mine. I haven't been able to talk to him personally, but he has supported me off and on as well, and he was more than kind enough to record himself doing a Christmas poem. Originally, I wanted him to record it for his own videos, but he recorded it for me. Excuse me. But he recorded it for me, and I was like, well, thank you. You didn't have to do it, but I'm like, thank you, man. So I just, he sent me a recording of his of the poem that I wanted him to do for his own video, but he gave it to me instead, and I just featured it as, well, as part of a Christmas special. And I like Christmas a lot, if in case you didn't know. But as far as Fefnir Masamune is concerned, very good guy. And in fact, if I mentioned him once before, but if you had to subscribe to him for one reason, it would have to be his awesome voice. I mean, his voice alone is worth a subscription to him. It's worth it. But he also has that dry sense of humor. Very good combination as far as Fefnir Masamune is concerned. Excuse me. And then there's Happy Beard Games. I believe it's run by a guy by the name of Kevin. And yes, he mentioned his name, so that's the only reason I can call him that. But yeah, Kevin from Happy Beard Games, as you would expect, he has a beard, an epic beard. In fact, I've been tempted many times to call him the Epic Beard Man, but that's him, really. But as far as Happy Beard Games, he's not a Let's Player in the sense of, well, he's not a Let's Player. He just mainly showcases games that he has in his collection, and I can respect that. I love that. I haven't seen anything as good as that since the Angry Video Game Nerd back in the olden days, really. Like a little bit before Let's Plays ever became a thing, really. And then there's White 33 Lion, another member of the not Much Games, Insomania Game. Again, I haven't met him personally. Well, actually, no, I met him one time, and he was really funny with what he did. And I just hope to talk to him a little bit more, though. And then here's another person that, for some people, a select few people may not, much has been said about this person, this next person that I'm about to talk about. Much has been said, good as well as bad, about this guy. But, I'm just going to say this. Before I mention who he is, I'm just going to say that, while some people may not like him for what he's done, I'm a very forgiving person. And, a forgiving person such as myself, especially one who goes to church and is a Christian. And yeah, I mentioned before that I am a Christian, but it's not so much that I emphasize it. But one thing I will say is that I'm a very forgiving person, and if anybody has done wrong by me, I'm willing to forgive them. But if they keep doing it to me, or if they do something that's very, very, very hard to forgive for, then I would have cut this person out of my life a long, long time ago. But nonetheless, he is currently in the good graces of yours truly. But I just hope that you can respect the fact that while he may not be a friend to some of you guys, he is a friend to me and a couple of other people. And his name is Prince Mario. Now, Prince Mario has this sense of humor that just, it's either you like him or you don't. If you like it, go ahead and watch it. But he's a very supportive person nonetheless. Especially, I had a chance to talk to him not too long ago. He's a very, very deep person. If you really get a chance to talk to him and you get to know him, other than that, if you don't, well, you'll never know what goes through the mind of Prince Mario. But that's all I have to say about him, though. So I'm not going to dwell on the fact of Prince Mario there. Okay, who else? Oh, of course, one of my later friends. And his name is, well, on YouTube, it's the official URL is the Rockhawk64, but simply Rockhawk64. Now, I did an interview with him not too long ago, and if you haven't seen it, go check it out. Very good guy. And in fact, he just has this sense of humor that just can make you laugh. And, he and I, we just poke fun at each other, but it's all in good fun. So, for what it is, I just enjoy his company, and he just enjoys mine. And we also I featured him on the Cards Against Humanity uh, video. Very funny guy. And he also did the same thing for me on his channel with, I think it's called Rock's Secret Levels. I think it was episode 6. Do check that out if you haven't already. But Rockhawk, very nice guy. In fact, he is beloved by very many, probably behind only Tanuki Teddy, who I mentioned earlier. But other than that, Rockhawk64, very nice guy. Do check him out. Let's see, who else? Oh, a very quick shout out to Leon House. And the only reason I call him, and yes, that is the guy's real name, but that is his username, Leon House. So Leon House, he started back in 2006, and he is mainly known for being a musician with the guitar, and he can sing. In fact, he has a bunch of songs that he has released over the years, all the way up to 2015. So if you like original compositions and you like guitars and you like singer-songwriters, do check out Leon House if you haven't, because he's a really good guy. Very good guy. And let's see, who else? Okay. Oh, okay, here he is. The leader of the Pack Army, Pack Dude. Now, again, I mentioned him once. Excuse me. Let me slow down. I mentioned him one time in the Smashing debut for Super Smash Brothers for the Wii U in that 8-player Smash. Very nice guy, and very nice guy. I only talked to him one time, but other than that, his personality is not so. How do I put this? The best way I could describe it is cool yet simple. He's cool enough. He's kind of like Rajan in the sense that he can be as cool as he wants to be, but he keeps it simple for those who don't know how to speak cool, or they don't understand what cool is, or I don't know. It's just something there. But Pack Dude, he so far he has Let's Played Super Mario World and what else? Oh, Astro Boy. He did Astro Boy for the GBA, and he is currently doing 2 Let's Plays. One is a game developer. It's kind of like a Sims video game developer type of series. and the other is a what is it? Another GBA game. This one is actually I forgot the name of that one, but it's a Zelda game. I think it's a Four Swords game. I think, or no, it's called the Minish Cap. Sorry, uh, the Legend of Zelda, the Minish Cap. That's what it's called. I'm sorry, I just forgot the name of it. But so yeah, Pac Dude is a relatively new Let's Player, but he has made a huge impression on me. So if you like, go check him out, especially right now, especially when he's a relatively new Let's Player. So that way you don't have to catch up so far or anything like that. So do check him out. Another guy I want to mention is, or actually two people, since I might as well mention two in for the price of one, and that is Mario Rock 57, and I think it's Daisy Girl 88. I forget her name actually. Well, whatever her name is, I think it's Daisy Girl. We'll call her that. So yeah, Mario Rock and Daisy Girl. They are a brother and sister team, and but most of the stuff is on Mario Rock 57's channel. Very good. Brother and sister group. In fact, I wish them nothing but the best for their success. I don't know when, but very good guys, or very good, brother and sister group. I wish them nothing but the best. Really, I do. And then there's a new person who I met through Via Vinyl. Oh, I almost forgot to mention Pac Dude. I met through uh, who who am I forgetting? Oh yeah, through Genetera. I almost forgot to mention Genetera introduced me to Pac Dude as well. So I almost forgot to mention that. Sorry. And then there's AC or A Chambly 87, if I'm reading this right. Um, I haven't talked to him personally, but of the times that I have, very nice guy. Do check him out. He is a fairly small YouTuber, so he could use all the help he can get. But for who he is, he's a very nice guy. Do check him out. Very cool, laid back personality. Again, much like Pac Dude and Rajan before him. And then there's who else is next? Another new friend of mine. He goes by the name of Shelby. That's let me see. See, okay, yeah, Shelby. That's SH3 substituting the E for a three. So yeah, SH3LBYHD. Shelby HD, or simply Shelby. Um, he came to me when I was kind of feeling a little low as far as what was going on personally in my life. I don't want to go too far into it, but he came at a good time, and he's simply preferred. Okay, let me slow down. He simply befriended me when I was down and at my lowest point to date at that point. Well, not at that point, but rather I was kind of in a rough spot in my personal life, and he simply came to me when I was down, and he was very kind, and just he left a comment on my channel cheering me up, and so I decided, all right, I'll go check out his videos, and sure enough, they're very good. Could it be better? Yeah, it could be better, but for what it is, it's pretty good. So do check him out if you haven't already. And then there's Cosmos Plays. I mentioned her already. Um, but for her individual channel, she's almost closing in on 800 subscribers. That's amazing. I will say that much. So yeah, very good Let's Player. I will say that. And let's see. There's one guy I subscribe to, but I haven't had a chance to watch that person's video, so I'll have to leave it alone for a moment. Let's see. And then, okay, that's about it. Okay, other people I have not had a chance to mention that are not subscribed to me, but I'm subscribed to them because they are very good. The first person off the top of my head is the Twy King. The Twy King, he has his own brand of entertainment, and here's the way I see it. if I'm known for making wrestling videos, as well as an assortment of other videos, but I'm mainly known for making wrestling videos because I love wrestling, pro wrestling, if you couldn't guess, like WWE, and all those other wrestling promotions that are going on, as well as ones in the past. So yeah, as much as I like wrestling, the Twy King loves baseball. So if you love baseball that much, especially Mario Super Sluggers baseball, do check out Twy King's baseball games. You will not be disappointed. In fact, I haven't even watched a game yet, and I'm already excited. But the only reason I'm mentioning why it is exciting is because of the fact that like he has thousands upon thousands of views just on his baseball games alone, and I haven't even watched it yet. So that should tell you how excited I am to watch his baseball games when I get to them on my watch later playlist. I always put um, new Let's Players as well as the ones I'm watching now on a watch later playlist because I can't watch all of them all at once. So I'm trying to do my best to get through them, but it's fine. Don't worry about it. Let's see. Who else am I forgetting? Oh, right. Moogle Master 102. He is, well, I believe if I remember correctly, he is in the midst of moving to his new house, at least if only because I know that from his update video that he posted not too long ago. So I wish him nothing but the best in moving into his new house, and uh, as well as all the Let's Plays that he has done for years and years and years, like all the way back to late 2008. But he has been around the block, so it's not like this is his first rodeo or anything like that. But if you haven't seen Moogle Master 102 yet, do check him out. Very good guy. In fact, I had a talk with him not too long ago, and he is going to help me with getting a. Well, actually, I'm going to forget what I said, but he's going to help me with something. But only until he has settled into his new place. And once he gets situated and all that stuff, then we'll continue what we were talking about at that point before he had to leave. But the only thing I can tell you is that very nice guy. Do check him out. Let's see. Anybody that I'm probably forgetting? Oh, of course. Another good friend of mine. All right, two more people, and then I'm done after this. I'm done. Fire Kitty. Fire Kitty, I've watched long before the robbery. And in fact, up until 2014, the only two female Let's Players that I ever watched was Colette NL180, and the other was Fire Kitty. And Fire Kitty, just an amazing Let's Player in her own right. In fact, while some people know her as the GF of Slim Kirby at one point, and the only reason I know that is because it was made public, so that's the only reason I'm mentioning this. But as far as Fire Kitty in her own right, very good Let's Player, very kind personality. In fact, she's so cute, and by that I mean by this I mean she has her channel icon. I mean, actually, uh, the fact that she has a picture of her as a cat, a black cat with a what is it? With a raven on top of her head, and her tail is on fire because, well, she's Fire Kitty. But yeah, like the picture of her as a cat, very cute, and I hope you find Fire Kitty to be very, very, very entertaining and very cute as well. But I'm just going with what the picture looks like. So don't take it for what it is. It's just. But as far as Fire Kitty as a person, I did get to talk to her twice, and very nice person. It was an honor to talk to her as well as to Slim Kirby at one point. I did talk to Slim Kirby, but maybe not as often as I would have liked to. But just the fact that I even had a chance to talk to him and did just it was like the biggest honor for me at that point. Very big honor. Okay, one last person, or actually, it's actually two people running one channel, but this is the last one, and I'm done after this. And that is my good friends from We Like to Pray. Well, first of all, the guy is from We Like to Pray, and everybody already knows who We Like to Pray is, so I don't have to say anything about him. But one of the members, his name is Tyson, and again, the only reason I know that is because they revealed it on their own channel, and they insist that we call them by their first names, and that's the only reason I'm saying this. Tyson, he and his woman, or his girlfriend rather, excuse me, Cassie, created the Koopa couple. So as much as I'm a toad, to them, like to them, they refer to their fans as the Koopalings. So it's an honor to be a Koopaling, even though I'm a toad. And you know, for the longest time, I did call my fans like good friends, and then toads and toadettes. But now I call you guys stars, just because you guys really are stars, really. Because I would not have mentioned all of you guys if I didn't think you were stars in your own right. And it doesn't matter if you have less subscribers than me, and it doesn't matter if you have more subscribers to me. You guys are stars. Oh yeah, back to Tyson and Cassie of the Koopa couple. I almost forgot to mention that. They just have a lot of fun with what they do, and whether they're streaming or whether they're actually releasing videos on YouTube, they just have fun with what they do, and I respect them. And also, you know, I did get a chance to talk to Cassie, or actually no, to both Tyson and Cassie at one point. They are very nice people, and just the stories that they tell, especially on Twitch, just made me respect them more, as if I hadn't already respected them before. So that's pretty much all I have to say about that. All right, so to get back to what I was saying, whether you have more subscribers than I do, or whether you have less than I do, the important thing is that you guys are the real stars, and you are stars in your own right. You know, no two people are the same, you know, because if that was the case, I would have already left YouTube out of boredom. Really, I would have. And everybody that I've mentioned has their own unique take on the Let's Play business. And I just want to say I love you guys a lot, and I appreciate the love in return. By love, I just simply mean in a platonic type of way, not in you know what I mean. But I love you guys so much, and you know, I'm happy that you love me in return, and it just makes me feel very good to know that I have a lot of good friends and a lot of fellow Let's Players, and just you guys have really, really been there for me, and I want to, in return, be there for you when you need it. So I just want to say thank you to all of you and I want to say God bless you. Thank you very much. And, you know, and whether you're a Christian or not, I don't care. I just want to say God bless you, and I wish you nothing but the best in all of your success. And you know, and I also want to do more videos in the future, and you know, just focus on what I do best, and that's make videos, because I have just as much fun making the videos as I do you guys watching them, as I do watching your videos. So thank you so much for everything, and you know, thank you for all the good memories, you know, before the robbery, during the recovery of the robbery, and since then. Thank you so much, and I wish you guys nothing but the best, like I said. But until next time, I don't know when the next live stream is. If I try to, like, I might try to get a live stream with some friends, you know, just so we can talk or whatever. And to the guy named Andrew14, I'm sorry that I couldn't add you. I really wanted to, but I don't know why I couldn't get it. I could not get the interview for you, but or not the interview, excuse me, the to get in the Google Hangouts. Excuse me, my fault. But I did want to, but I did try to put you in, but for some reason I was not able to. For some reason, it does not list you as a friend. For some other reason, either that or maybe it just takes a while to get you listed on the people that are my good friends. Like, I invited 3 people that have been my friends long, long before, and well, surprisingly, they didn't show up. But you know what? Like I said, I'm not going to take offense to it. If you're busy, then don't worry about it. But for everybody else, this is Taju22 signing off, saying goodbye, and whatever the next what is it? The next live event is, I don't know when, but whenever it is, I look forward to it. Until then, Taju22 out. Have a good day. Have a good night. See you later, stars.